Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, welcome. My name is Monica, and in today's video I'm going to be going through my March TBR. Forgive my voice, the coughing. I might have to stop to take a drink. I'm not going to go through everything like I normally would. I have been sick since last week. I had a really high fever and I lost my voice for a little bit. It is now back somewhat, but I am still not feeling the best. And you can tell by the way my voice is. So yeah, like the 13th, started getting sick on the 12th, and I have not felt good since. But I'm feeling a lot better now, enough that I can actually film my TBR. So I decided to do my TBR to give my voice a little extra time before I do the new releases for May, to do the new releases for March. So let's go through my TBR. March is my birthday month, so happy birthday to me. So there are some great things that are happening in March. There's some really great new releases that are coming out, and I will talk about those in my next video. I only picked 9 books that I am absolutely committing to, but needless to say, there are some that I will definitely be reading that I have not put on these because I have requested arcs for them. And if I get the arcs, I want to read them as soon as they come out. So if I get to read them before March, I don't want to wait till March because I'm a little anal retentive about that. So let's just get into these books. The first book is that I put on my TBR is Kennedy Ryan's This Could Be Us. This is for Ravished by Romance Book Club. This is the pick for March. This was announced, a couple months ago. I've already pre-ordered the audiobook, and let me see. I know who the narrators. Jacoby Dam is one of the narrators, which I love that dude. And Ines del Castello, I think this is how you say her name. This is coming out March 5th, and I will be vlogging this for you guys because guess what? Kennedy Ryan is coming near where I live, so I am going to her event at a Barnes & Noble. So I am going to do B-roll featuring Kennedy Ryan. So I want to vlog my experience at this event and me reading this book. So I'm really, really excited for this. I'm so glad that Lacey and Jessica decided to pick this. I loved the first book in this series. This one is Soledad's book. I don't really know more than, I know she's married in the first book, but that's all. And she has some kids, but I know that there's going to be some issues with her husband and they're going to break up and she's going to find a new love interest. That's all I know. But I love Kennedy Ryan. I love that she brings the angst, and I'm excited for this one. I'm excited. She's coming to my city on March 5th, actually. And I got a ticket. And I'm just like, and it's near my birthday. So I was like, ooh, happy birthday to me. So I will be there with my camera, and I will be there with my pre-ordered copy. So I'm excited, and I will be shooting some B-roll for you guys. The next one on my TBR is book 2 in the Throne of Glass series. This is the read along that Jess from Honest Fiction is doing on her Patreon. What is it? Crown of Midnight. I gave the first one 4.5 stars. I did do that one in a vlog. That vlog wasn't the best. I had no B-roll because, to be honest, it was over a weekend where I went to see my son. If you don't know, because most of you aren't, there's some people who are new, my son is autistic. He's nonverbal autistic, and he lives in a group home. And for security reasons, I can't do B-roll when I see him. And I had to go to a funeral that day when I was vlogging. So again, for security and sensitivity purposes, I just could not do B-roll, and it just didn't work. So, but I did read it, and I loved it, and I gave it 4.5 stars. I will link that vlog. I also read like Book of Azrael down in that as well, and Powerless. So I'll link it down below if you want to check that out. But I am going to be reading Crown of Midnight, and I'm really excited about this one. I really like Selena as a character from book 1, and I cannot wait to see what we're going to get from her in book 2. So yes, I'm excited for this one. And Jess, I will be reading for this one. I have held back from binging this series because I know you wanted to do this read along, so I am participating. I am not binging. Okay, the next one on my list, and this one we're doing a read along on Tori from Novel Live's Patreon. I'm also on her Patreon. We are doing the Alliance series, and I have to finish Hans, which is the last book in the series. And I really liked, I can't say I really liked Nero. Nero was like bonkers. I liked the bonkers plot. King was bonkers. He just, the heroine was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and so King kidnapped her, and then he decided he liked her and wanted to keep her. Dom was my favorite. Loved Dom. I'm really excited to see what S.J. Tilly has in store for us for Hans. There's no audiobook for this one. It's coming out in May. So I'm not going to be doing the audiobook. I'll be doing the ebook. So because we're doing the read along, I probably would have waited for the audiobook. But I want to make sure I get this one read for our read along. And I will link Tori's Patreon down below if you want to join. Another one, and this is me being the historical romance lover that I am. Okay, so in February, I reread Love Only Once. It's the first book in the Mallory Anderson family series by Johanna Lindsey. It's an old school bodice ripper, and it's a surprise baby, and I love it to pieces. It's such a good one. He's such a scoundrel. He's a rogue. He's horrible. Well, no, he's not horrible. He has reasons, and she has reasons. I highly recommend it. Anyway, I never went on in this series, okay? And I know, I was talking to Christy, and she's never went on in this series, and we all love this. We all love Love Only Once. I want to go on in this series so bad, okay? So I decided to read Tender Rebel. So I'm putting Tender Rebel on my March TBR. This is my birthday month. This is the one month that I am giving myself permission to read what I want. I am not going to read the Historical Hellions book because it's not at my library. I would have to pay to get the ebook. And I think it was like $6. And it was a very long ebook. I'm not sure about it. The last book we read, I ended up DNFing, and I'm not sure about it. But I really want to read this Johanna Lindsey book, because the next one after this one is Gentle Rogue, which, again, I really just want to read some Johanna Lindsey. So I might, if I can squeeze in the Historical Hellions pick, I will. But I'm not committing myself to it. But this one I'm committing myself to because I really, really, really want to read this Johanna Lindsey's book. So I'm going a little rogue this month and not reading the Historical Hellions. Sorry, Samantha. Sorry, Jess. Sorry, Christy. This is my birthday month. This is what I want to read for an old school historical romance. And so this is what I'm picking. And it was originally published in 1988. So I feel like it would fit the criteria for Historical Hellions. And this one is Scottish heiress Rosalind Chadwick needs the safety of marriage to protect her from an unscrupulous cousin and from the army of fortune-hunting scoundrels who covet her wealth and beauty. Anthony Mallory is everything she's been warned against. A ruthless, irresistibly handsome English rogue, Mallory's sensual blue eyes speak of limitless pleasures. How she wishes she dared to love such a man, to believe the whispered murmurings of his passionate promise, and to follow the enchanting dream. I'm just like, that sounds so good. I liked Anthony Mallory in Love Only Once, so when I saw that was his book, I was like, yeah, I'm going rogue. So I'm sorry, but this is what I wanted to read for my old school romance this in March. So, and because I didn't want to pay $6 for an ebook if I can help it, of a book that I might not like. If I can find it at a used bookstore, I will be looking for it at a used bookstore. There's one near the Kennedy Ryan event. I will try and find it, but if I can't find it, I can't find it. Okay, next on my list, and this is on my historical romances I want to read in 2024, and it's Ravished by Amanda Quick. I want to read more Amanda Quick. I have not read this one. I think we did try to read this one. I think they did read this one for Historical Alliance. I just never read it. I don't remember why. I just never did. But I want to read it. And I'm in the historical mood, so I'm going to read it. The next one, I'm supposed to read The Search by Nora Roberts for Jess from Peace Love Books. Read along. The live show is March 16th. She's announced it. I'll link her Patreon below. And that one is really good. Fiona, she survives a serial killer. I have reread it again. Well, I finished it this morning, early this morning. That was February, and it's February 23rd when I'm filming this. And so I need a Nora Roberts to read. So I'm going to read Come Sundown. This one is love, lies, murder, and a lot can happen come sundown. Bodine Longbow loves to rise with the dawn. As the manager of her family's resort in western Montana, there just ain't enough hours in the day for life, for work, for loved ones. She certainly doesn't have time for love, not even in the shape of her gorgeous childhood crush, Callan Skinner. All grown up and returned to the ranch. Then again, maybe Callan can change her mind, given time. But when a young woman's body is discovered on Resort Island, everything changes. Callan falls under the suspicion of a deputy sheriff, excuse me, with a grudge. 25 years ago, Bodine's Aunt Alice vanished, never to be heard of again. Could this new tragedy be connected to Alice's mysterious disappearance? As events take a dramatic and deadly turn, Bodine and Callan must race to uncover the truth before the sun sets on their future together. This one is on my 2024 Nora list, TBR list. So I will be reading it since I've already reread The Search, because I really wanted to reread it, and I did, and it was still good. I originally gave that one 5 stars, but I ended up giving it 4.5 stars. It's still good. I still really enjoyed it. I still had a great time, and it's still Nora, so I cannot wait for that live show. Excuse me, but I'm still going to read Come Sundown. Okay. Next one I'm going to read, this is a new release, and it was announced after I put any TBRs together or anything. It is Wild River. This is book 2 in the Magnolia Falls series by Laura Pavlov. And this one is Small Town Enemies to Lovers, Boy Obsessed, Found Family, standalone romance. This one is coming out at the end of March. So I'm confident that I'm going to be reading this in March. It's March 28th is the release, and I loved The first book, Loving Romeo, I gave 5 stars. That is probably going to be on the top list. That's probably going to be on the top, my top favorites list of 2024. This one, I have no idea what it's about, and I don't care. I will read it. I loved the first book that much, and I loved the found family aspect. I loved the world she built in the Magnolia Falls series that she built in the world that she built in Loving Romeo. So I'm absolutely reading it. That's just, yeah. There's just no, I'm reading it. Another one that is just about to come out is Small Town Swoon by Melanie Harlow. This is book 4 in her Cherry Tree Harbor series. Not even going to try to get the audio arc for this. I just finished the book 3 in that series, and I really loved book 3 in that series. I loved book 1. Was it book 1? No. Book 1 I liked. Book 2 I really liked. Book 3 I loved. This one, because of book 3, I'm like, okay, now I want to know more because of Dash. Like, Dash is the Dash is the movie star, so I want to know more about this. So I am very, very curious about this guy. So I am putting it on my TBR. And the last book that's on my TBR for March is going to be Blitzed by Devney Perry. This book is also on my TBR for new releases that I want to read in 2024. This is book 2 in the Treasure State Wildcat series. It's a coach-student romance, and it's forbidden small town sports romance. I'm gonna read it. It's Devney Perry. I'm gonna read it. It's coach-student. I'm gonna read it. It's Devney Perry. I'm gonna read it. So I haven't heard anything about audiobooks or anything with it as of right now. And she usually, like, by now, she usually announces them. So I'm like, I've been scouring, trying to find out anything about this. So I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I'm planning on reading in the month of March. Like I said, March is my birthday month, and I have some really great things coming up. I am going to go see that I have that event the week of my birthday to see Kennedy Ryan, and I get to go to Sweetgrass in Charleston, which I'm so excited about. Anyway, let me know if you have anything exciting coming up in the month of March, and I will, if you want me to vlog any of that stuff, let me know. Obviously I'm vlogging the Kennedy Ryan thing, but if there's anything else that you want me to vlog, let me know down below. And let me know if you are going to be reading any of these. If there's a book that I should be reading in the month of March, let me know down below as well. And if you made it this far in this video and you want to let me know that you've been here, but you don't want to comment on anything, please leave me a shamrock emoji since we're coming into March. And until next time, my friends, happy reading. Bye.